So today, guys, we have Arnetta Johnson here on Creative Wisdom, the fourth episode. She was definitely amongst one of the women I wanted to bring on, and I slid in her DMs, and she said, so here we are. So I'm just going to just give a quick introduction of who Arnetta Johnson is. She's a trumpeter from Camden, New Jersey. She's a writer also and a composer. She's a jazz pioneer of this time, super young, out here, just super dope. She's the greats before her, wildest dream. She's even coined her own style called the Netabop. She's worked with so many artists that we know, like Janelle Monáe, Beyonce, Brandy, one of my favorite artists, Big Crit. You did some tracks with Victoria Monet. I think she's like a newer but really follow artist. And you work with so many up and coming artists, even on like some gospel tracks. I'm gonna put all the links to her music in the bio down below. So yeah, we're happy that you're here with us today, Arnetta.
I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess the first question I want to ask, I know a lot of people probably ask you this in interviews, but I want to know, when did you fall in love with trumpet?
When did I fall in love with trumpet? I don't think I ever had that moment where it was just like, oh man, I love playing trumpet in order for me to really take it serious. It was one of those things where it was just like, well, I don't have nothing else to do, so I guess I'm gonna go full out with trumpet. And then throughout the years, I learned to like really love and enjoy doing it. The more I learned about what I could do with trumpet, that's how I gained the love to it. So my love for trumpet definitely came later on down in my career. I would say like during my college years. So I'll say like into like my 5th or 6th year into playing. Yeah, that's when it was just like, yeah, I like doing this a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like the challenge, like you just was like, it's a challenge for me. You probably like challenges.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Well, one, I didn't have any other career choice at the time. So I said, I either got to do this or go home. So I went full out. And then, of course, the challenge that comes with it. And then it's very rewarding to play music because, it's something that everybody can enjoy. So to see people happy, to be listening. And then when I was at school, to be around other people that enjoy music. And just because I got to learn how my favorite songs were created and like the magical factors involved in all of it. So that's what brought me to love it. Yeah.
So the knowledge of it, because I did like a little research and then I seen that you was going to play the violin first, which is cool.
I wanted to play the violin, but my school didn't have any. Yeah, they just did not have any violins. So that's how I ended up on trumpet, because they just didn't have any violins. Do I still want to play a violin? No. Because I'm cool with trumpet. Yeah, I'm cool with trumpet right now. So
the trumpet, yeah, because it looks so like easy. It first of all, it's like one of the beautiful sounds of the horns, but then like it's a lot, like the octaves and all that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, it gets a little wild on trumpet. Like I chose trumpet because I thought it was gonna be easy because I only had 3 buttons. I was like, oh, this can't be too hard, but I clearly lied to myself. To this day, I have to practice like crazy because the instrument is its own person. That's what I tell myself and everybody else. The instrument is its own person. One day it'll be going great. The next day, y'all ready to square up. Because it's like, why can't I play this note today? Why can't I play this line today? And then a couple minutes later, you can play it. So it's like, it has this moment. So yeah, it's just something that, as we said at first, something I got to continuously work on. I like that. It's a never ending journey. So
yeah, that is beautiful. Because honestly, like in music, I mean, you should always feel like it's more that you can know, more that you can learn, more that you can better. You discover new
right.
Like, dang, they got a vibrato. I didn't know I could vibrato on this instrument. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just always like, like that type of like continuous growth. So, okay. So like I said, you from Camden, New Jersey. So how did your upbringing like impact you like personally, artistically? Like, what's the culture there like?
I mean, Camden is its own little place.
Mm-hmm.
We're right across from Philly, so
Mm-hmm.
we definitely get the Philly vibes a lot over here. But I mean, growing up in the hood, it's it's like one big community. Even though Camden's small, it's like the whole city's a community. If something happened, everybody gonna know what's going on type vibe. But where I went to school at, my mother was a teacher at where I went to school at, so everybody just knew who I was by association to my mom. So they would just call me Miss Johnson's daughter. That's who I was.
Period.
Nobody cared what my name was. It was like, oh, that's Miss Johnson's daughter. Um, so of course, after school you go to the corner store, go hang with your friends, be around the hood. It was cool. My mom had us in always in activities, whether it was art camp,
Yeah.
basketball, soccer, volleyball. We were always involved in something. So we didn't do too much hanging out on the street. So we were always occupied, but we still had a sense of the community. But being from Camden, when I left Camden after high school to go to Boston, that's when I would hear, like, for the first time, I would hear it myself, because people will always say, people from outside of Camden, they think this is the worst place ever. And I'm like, it's pretty cool to me.
Detroit too.
So yeah, I like it. Yeah, when I went to Boston, people be like, "Oh, where you from?" I'm like, I'm from Camden, New Jersey. They'll be like, "You're from Camden? Oh my goodness, that place is dangerous." I'm like, "No, it's not."
I'm here.
I'm like, I'm here. Um, but yeah, where I'm from, it is what you make it.
Right.
Literally, it is what you make it. I feel like it molded me into a great individual. I feel like I learned the best lessons here. Still am learning the best lessons here. Because you see what to do, you see what not to do. I feel like that is the perfect setup for success, because you have a clear scope. Is like, if you go down that path, this will be your result. This
Right.
could possibly be a result. So to see that plain, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I had an upper hand. Whereas you have some people that grow up in the suburbs
Right.
that have no idea what uh the urban life is. They'll fetishize it and be like, oh man, I want to get the chains and pop willies and do this, that, and the other, and hang outside in this kind of outfit. And they're just going off the look and the vibe, whereas though we know the lifestyle,
Right.
so we see the result and we be looking like, uh, no, you don't really want to live that life.
Mhm.
Um, most people that choose to live that life, it's about circumstance, to be honest,
Right.
based off of the odds that you were given. But hey, it's
That's
whatever works. I know it was cool for me, definitely a sense of community. But yeah, I love being from Camden. That's why I'm still here.
right. Oh,
So,
that's cool. So you're still in New Jersey.
oh,
So,
yep, still in Jersey. Probably
right,
won't be here forever, but
get a house there at least. I always think that's cool for people to have a.
oh, absolutely. That's all. That's already done and squared off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a done deal.
Okay. So like, but what is like Camden known for, like for the arts? Like, because I know Detroit, we known for like.
Oh, for the arts. I mean, we have our own community of the arts here. Like, in terms of music, there are tons of artists from Camden. Like, although we're literally right across the bridge from Philadelphia, so sometimes you might get mixed in, with them. Everybody knows who the Camden Squad is.
Uh-huh.
But artistically, we have a whole plethora of artists. We have rappers here, everything. I mean, literally everything. It's just Camden is just like so small, so
Yeah,
it's literally its own thing. But shoot, Camden's a little historical spot on the low.
I believe
Like
that.
I always tell people, look, the first drive-in movie theater was right here in Camden.
Wow.
Campbell Soup is right here in Camden. Like, you got stuff like that happens. Um, but yeah, in terms of the arts, we got everything here. It's all here.
Yeah.
Literally, we have our own little network. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so
Because it's such a popular city. Like, I don't really travel much or like get out that much, so I just really don't know. I have been to
mm-hmm.
Atlantic City. New
Oh
Jersey,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
and I know Lauren Hill is from there, and Sarah Vaughn is from Jersey. But I
It's
don't
a lot, yo. It's a lot of people from
have
Jersey.
some greats, man. So that's
People
why I'm
be trying to people be trying to do Jersey dirty. I'm like, I better calm down. Some of y'all favorite artists are from Jersey.
that's a fact. That's a fact. So I know, like, so I met you through Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We used to just talk about music, a lot.
Mhm.
Like one thing I see that you take very serious, like when you were in high school, I think that's when I met you around that time, through Twitter, you was just always practicing, always shit, and
Oh
always
yeah.
talking about music theory. So how important is like practicing? Because you even talk about it now, like even on like your Instagram, just in your everyday life. Um,
Mhm.
how important is like practicing? You feel like to find your like voice through trumpet or just any instrument? Because
It's very important. Um, and I always tell people practicing doesn't literally mean you gotta have whatever you do right in the palm of your hands. Like for me, I play trumpet. That doesn't mean in order for me to practice, I gotta have the trumpet right here. No, there are many different ways to practice what you do. But yeah, it is so important to continuously practice to push your creativity. Yeah, I mean that is what we do naturally, and from children, from babies, nobody just, although yes, we teach babies how to walk, but at first, we could put them on their feet all we want. If they don't take that step on their own,
don't get
it
nowhere.
ain't happening. It ain't happening. So it's like, and then you'll see the baby eventually, they'll try to get up on their own and then they'll drop down and get up. That's practice right there.
Yep.
That's practice. And it's just natural to constantly develop. Is if there's anybody that constantly, goes to work, goes home, goes to sleep, go and just only does that, that's weird to me. Like, it's because everybody urges for better.
Yeah.
The only way to get better is if you constantly work on something, constantly practice getting towards where you want to go. So that's why I always made strong emphasis on practice, 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 because everybody wants the end result. Everybody wants the glitz and the glamour.
Mhm.
But in order to get there, you have to work for it. Build discipline. Practice builds discipline. I am not a preacher of motivation by a long shot.
Mhm.
Motivation gets you started, but it does not guarantee you finishing. Discipline
Mhm.
will guarantee that you start and finish. So practicing, just helps mold that. And I always tell people to practice what they supposedly love because it'll spread throughout the rest of their life. You could tell how somebody does things in life by how they treat what they love. So if
Mhm.
you telling me you love what's something random? If you telling me you love let's see, what's something, I don't know. Name something that somebody might do that's obscure or just
Yoga.
okay. So say if somebody claim that they love yoga.
Mhm.
If you love yoga and I see that you barely do yoga, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna question it, and then I'm gonna look at everything else you do in life, and it's probably gonna be on the same vibe.
Mhm.
You just nitpicking at it real quick and nitpicking at everything. Nah, if you fully invested in something that you love, you're gonna work at it.
Yeah.
You're gonna you're gonna obsess over it a little bit. So
Yep. Yeah, it's cool because like I just remember just how you just always talk about I'm shredding this, and I didn't really know what the term shredding meant for real. You know what I'm saying? But I
oh
got
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, shedding and stuff. Yeah, I strong emphasis on staying in the shed all day. Um,
and what?
Especially while we have time.
Yeah, what's that? Like that's improvisation or?
Nah, shedding that just it's just practicing. It's just practicing. It's just a term we use to say practice. Um, but I always tell people, you gotta hit the shed, like literally in a room by
Mhm.
yourself,
Mhm.
working on stuff that you are not good at. Like
Mhm.
I tell my homies all the time, my neighbors probably think I am the worst trumpet player in the world because I'm constantly practicing stuff I'm not good at. Um,
That makes sense.
And eventually, of course, it starts to get better, it gets better, it gets better. But I constantly work on things I'm not good at just to stay in the shed, um, to eventually get good at it.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, and especially while we have time, like shoot, I'm single, no kids,
Mm-hmm.
so whenever I have time to practice, I'm going to use all the hours I can. Thank God for college, because during the college days, we used to stay up till like 5 o'clock in the morning listening to music, learning songs, practicing scales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just going in on music. And you could tell when people haven't had that phase,
Mm-hmm.
like to just completely nerd out on music for no reason
Mm-hmm.
other than the fact that you just enjoy it.
Right.
Like to this day, I'll do that. I'll get done a studio session at like 12 o'clock in the morning, and I'll turn on some music, and I'll be like, "Ooh, let me learn these chords real quick," and then I'll learn them on trumpet, and then it turns into hours of just practicing something. Um, but yeah, all people got to stay in the shed. I always tell people, jamming out is not shedding.
Yeah, because that's why I'm
I'm
like
just
that. It's like, or is it improv? Like,
It's yeah. I mean, if I choose to focus on improvisation, I'll turn on a jazz record, transcribe, I'll learn their solo, or I'll just take some chords that I want to learn how to play over, or learn different reharms to play over that chord, and I'll just practice shed to that chord, outline it all the way up on trumpet and all the way down as low as I can,
mm,
do different intervals and this, that, and the other, and just play around with it. I might do stuff like that. With trumpet, it's a lot to do because I can focus on like just simple technique,
uh-huh,
um, finger speed
uh-huh,
on trumpet, endurance to keep my face strong. All stuff like that is the different things I work on when it comes to playing trumpet. Um, but yeah, trumpet is just one of those beastly instruments. If you don't give it the time it needs, it will have you out here looking silly because it takes muscles to play trumpet. Well, chops,
yeah,
like if my airflow is off, trumpet gonna sound crazy. If my endurance is shaky, it's gonna sound crazy. If my range lowers for some reason, might not be able to make it through the gig. So it's if my fingers aren't smooth enough to play certain lines, my tone is off. All those different things, you got to keep up to par. Um, so yeah, I mean, with trumpet it's a lot, but I'll just choose certain things to practice on certain days. Some days I say, okay, I want to practice sight reading, and I'll just open up a book um, that I have that I know I didn't work on one etude in there, and I was like, all right, let's sight read this today and give it my best shot.
yep.
So yeah, just doing all stuff like that. So
I like
yeah,
that.
it's a lot. It's a lot to do with trumpet.
Yeah, I'm happy that you said that because I really wanted to like in this interview just stress how important like practicing is, and so for
It's
all of
very important.
yeah, yeah, because I feel like the little bit that I know on guitar, I feel like you said, like you don't have to have it in front of you. Like I learned a lot from books, which I didn't think I could.
Hmm.
Just actually writing out of scale. Okay, let's see, let's do all of the
Right. Yep.
just writing it down. So you don't have to have an instrument with you to like get.
Yeah, exactly. I tell people I have manuscript books
Mm,
filled from front to back
mm,
of music.
yeah.
And just me writing out solos. I'll tell myself I'm going to write out a solo, all eighth notes. I'll say I'm going to write out 5 solos,
Mm,
literally front to back, all manuscript books filled up with different things I will work on. Not for the mere goal of saying, oh, I need to fill this manuscript book up.
right.
No, but literally because I was literally working on things, like you said, writing out stuff that's practicing. Listening to music and trying to hear what the chords are,
Mm,
that's practicing.
mm,
All stuff like that. That's for practice. It's just so important to practice, so that you could be ready for whatever circumstance you're in. You go out to a jam session and somebody says, all right, play this song, and you don't know the song, you should be able to use your ears to
Mhm,
pick it up real quick. So, like there are ways to practice memorization.
mhm,
Um, if there's a song and they say, hey, solo, you should, if you want to be in that situation, be prepared for it. Practice soloing.
mhm,
Um, for us that, record and do studio work,
mhm.
if somebody hits you up to make a beat, you better be able to make that beat in whatever time frame they give you.
And
You
go up
know,
feel like it. You gotta do that. They tell
yeah, you just gotta be on it. You gotta hit the shit.
you.
Practice for those opportunities that you want, or just practice. Like for me, I don't. I used to practice for the opportunities that I wanted, but now I'm at the point where it's like I don't necessarily practice with the intent of let me be ready for this gig, but I practice so that I could just do it all to the best of my ability.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's how I look at it now. It's just like you just need to be able to do it all.
Right. The pursuit of mastering your instrument, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody can,
Yeah,
even if you never shared your playing on whatever, like you should just want to just keep growing and
yeah, just keep growing, keep getting better, and then that way, no matter what gigs you get, it's just like, all right, cool. What's the part? Like,
boom,
well,
boom. See, that's why it's called creative wisdom, y'all. um,
yeah,
so fast forward, you talked a little bit about going to Berkeley, and so,
mhm,
I just want to talk a little bit about that because, like, when you were at Berkeley, I'm sure you were just like around so many amazing musicians, fight scene musicians,
yeah,
the same age that was just off the charts. Like, where did they come from? And
yeah, no, literally,
yeah, and then you learn more about your craft and performance. So,
mhm.
how pivotal do you feel like your education was? Because I know you probably learn more about theory and things too, like that, which I wish more people would encourage people to learn it.
Yeah, I learned a lot at Berkeley. In terms of theory,
Mhm.
um, I learned well. That was a good way to word. Okay, being black, we just how we're raised in our culture, we naturally are used to certain progressions.
Mhm.
I grew up in the church,
Right.
so there were certain harmonies that I was just always used to hearing. My issue was I just never knew what it was. I knew
Right.
what it sounded like. I
Mhm.
just literally did not know what it was. So when it came down to write everything out, I was just like, I don't know how to write that out. So basically at Berkeley, I just learned how to yeah, just write out everything that was in my head, or if I would hear something, boom, just like that. Like tonal harmony.
Mhm.
We was in tonal harmony, uh, and they were teaching a certain chord progression. I was like, man, this ain't nothing but church. Ain't nothing but church music. And then like in counterpoint, I was like, oh man, like at first when you hear it, it's like, what's counterpoint? And then when you start learning exactly what counterpoint is, you're like, oh, that's all it was. I know a ton of songs that do that. So yeah, and then learning like the different forms of harmony, learning how to ring harm and this, that, and the other. That helped with my improvisation.
Mhm.
Um, Private lessons helped because I had private lesson teachers that understood that I didn't learn the same way that everybody else was learning.
Right.
Um, I was more of a audible learner
Mhm.
rather than when it comes to trumpet. Um, I was audible to hands on instead of hands on to audible because
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
and most of the stuff at Berkeley was hands on, and then now we're gonna listen, and I'm like, I'm like, can we listen to it first, and
Mhm.
then analyze it. So I was that student, but I had teachers that realized that. So yeah, but going to Berkeley definitely opened me up. I'm just glad I reacted to it the way I did. Because when I first got there, coming from the hood,
Mhm.
um, it was the first time I ever went to school with white people.
Mhm. That's
So
right.
I went from being around all black people in school to being the only black person in my class. Oh yeah, like of course there were definitely black people at Berkeley,
It was
but it wasn't.
pretty.
Yeah, it wasn't the majority. So it was like we were all linked with our friends, and when you go to class, it's like one of us in each class. It was crazy. Um, so that was weird. And then being around people that were just super good, I was just like, why are y'all this good at y'all instruments? Um, so I just knew I had to play catch up because I didn't get lessons when I started playing trumpet. I would just use my classes as my private lessons. So whatever the teacher said to do, I just did it. Um, and they would have some people from the jazz scene come in and they would give us a lesson once every couple months.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just take what they would teach us and just keep looping it and going over it. So I realized I was now in a community of a lot of people that were getting lessons since the age of 3.
Wow.
Getting lessons at the age of 3, had the top notch instruments. I'm up in here with an instrument up my bedroom closet with almost tape around it.
It got dope.
Still got it done, got in. So I just realized I was like, okay, I gotta play catch up. So for my first year and a half, I'm 100% sure nobody knew who I was. Because I was not around. I would go to class, go practice, go eat, go practice. Literally, that was my routine. I didn't care about making friends. I was cool and knowing my 4 to 5 people, and I was like, I know where I'm at. You need me, hit me up. I'm in the practice room, literally, to the point where I even got in an argument with one of my friends because they was like, all you do is why you practice so much. I said, what kind of question is that? But yeah, Berkeley was great. But the thing is, we did have some great teachers there that did understand the importance of supporting the Black students there because they realized it wasn't the music. Like most of us were naturally talented.
Yeah.
So they realized it was the mental part, the mental aspect of it that we needed their support. So to have that from some of the Black teachers there was great. That's what kept me afloat.
That sounds so beautiful. Because going back to what you said about like, how, being Black and then like you understand music. And
Mm-hmm.
me and the lady I interviewed before, the other artist before, your name is Emily. We were
Mm-hmm.
talking about how like music theory was created to understand like artists that were Black, like because BB King didn't know how to play. He didn't know how to read music. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
a ton of artists that weren't as technically musically skilled as somebody said we were supposed to be.
yeah,
Um,
and it's like that's how we learn is different, like you said though.
yeah, I mean it's so yeah, going to Berkeley, of course it had its downsides, but I definitely the network 100% was great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if anything, that was one of the best parts to go to a school where I could network with my teachers and my peers.
Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays, no matter where I go, somebody's from Berkeley.
That's dope. Like I
So yeah.
imagine you at
So
any other.
some people will be like, so you just went and paid for a degree to network.
It's worth
I'm
it.
like, hey man, to a degree, low key is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in my case, I did study with some of the top teachers and was in some of the top ensembles and was presented with opportunities that I would not have gotten outside of Berkeley. I'm the person that needed that kind of environment because if I would have went somewhere else, I would have 100% been distracted simply because uh some other places the energy is off. So
Mm-hmm.
and I was the kid. If I the second I would have felt like I was already done with my growth process on the trumpet,
Mm-hmm.
then I would have just started chilling. It's because at when I got done high school, my people be like dream big. My dream big was just going to college.
Right.
Um,
Taking
because
it.
I'm not stupid. I knew that I wasn't trash on trumpet. I knew I wasn't trash on trumpet. I wasn't arrogant, but I knew that I was pretty good at it. So where I went to school was important because if I would have gotten any bit of the big fish feeling,
Mm-hmm.
it definitely would have taken me a different route since I was still maturing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would have been too busy having fun just playing with people, jamming out and going to hang rather than being like, yo, I need to practice.
Right.
So
And you know
yeah.
what I learned too, like about other people that like went to Berkeley, they all are just naturally teachers. So I can tell like it has to be a nurturing environment. Not saying just the institution itself, but like
Mhm.
just like you said, like the teachers, your private lessons, even the artist friends that you meet, if they're being nurtured, of course, when y'all get together, it's going to be like just a nurturing session.
Yeah, you got a few good cookies that come out of there. I don't know about everybody, but there's a few it's a few good cookies that come out of Berkeley.
Yeah, I know John Mayer went there. He dropped out, but he still go
He
back
went for like a semester.
up.
So
Yep, then left.
but hey, it counts. It counts.
You know, and he was kind of like you, like how you said, like how you just can just hermit and just practice, practice, practice. That was the type of guy. I mean, that he said he was when I watched like his type of interviews and stuff. And
Mhm.
those people are dope. So if you like that, stay like that. Like I was like that learning guitar. Like people was like, you suck. People be making tweets about me. Like everybody want to be a musician, but I did. I wanted to learn. I wanted to get better. Not even just to be a musician, but to just
Everybody's a musician anyway. Once
you
you clap your hands.
know, people gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? But just
Yeah, man. I be telling people, look, don't hate the player, hate the game. Look.
and then if you're a painter, just you gotta just sometimes shut the world off. I mean, don't just completely, but like you just gotta you gotta be comfortable in your zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
Just rock out with yourself. So I want to talk about Sunny. All right.
Yeah.
Styles uplifting, nobility through notes and youth. Um,
Mhm.
how did you meet your band and like what like brought y'all together to make this beautiful music?
Uh, they were just around when I needed them to be. So I only work with people that are down to grow, people that are respectful of the music, and people that are dedicated to the long haul, to the work and the grit and grind that has to be put into everything for it to develop. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody ain't like that, I will give them the boot without. I'm not the person that's like, oh, I'll give you another chance. No, I don't have time for that.
Boss.
I don't have time for that. Every second counts. If you don't get it the first time, I'm just hit somebody else up. Literally, that's just how I am.
No time wasted.
So and it's all about just people. I like working with people where they participate as if it's their name
Mm-hmm.
on the line.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, I don't like working with people where it's like, oh, let me just play my part. This ain't my gig.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas though, if it was their gig, they'll be the ones showing up on time, getting music ready, doing this, that, and the other. So yeah, people just come with the right energy. So how it was, just going to different jam sessions in the Philly area, playing with people, recording with different people. You just peep people's energy and like with the ones that you think are best. If it flies, cool. If it don't, they out of here. Next up. So that's pretty much how. My band isn't like a fixed set of people, so I've switched based off of availability. But for the most part, it's been pretty consistent. But yeah, that's how I pick them. It's based off your energy and your vibe and your discipline.
Nice, nice.
No, so
I like the name that you with the like the acronym. It says sounds uplifting nobility. You know, like being noble is
oh
a
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I just love first of all just the energy.
yes, yes. Gotta be noble out here. Can't be out here acting too crazy. You can act a little crazy, not too crazy.
Uh-huh.
Um, being noble involves having integrity.
Yeah.
I only like people that have integral spirits. If you don't, gotta go get away from me because that will stress me out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how I came up with it. Like Sunny is a nickname. Some people call me here back home.
Okay. Okay.
Um, yeah, so I just made it a thing, and then I was like, I need to think of an acronym to go with this. And I was like, okay, music sounds. I'm gonna uplift. Okay, N. What are we gonna use for N? So I was like, nobility, being noble. Okay, and then the word through, I was just like, I'm a cheat and just threw notes in youth, because the youth pretty much that doesn't have anything to do with age. I tell people that all the time. We
Mm-hmm.
all have youthful spirits. You know, I could be 89 years old and still have a youthful spirit. So
Right.
that's all that really is. So
Right.
yeah, pretty much how it came about.
That kind of gave me like a my brain. That kind of gave me like a revelation because when you say like like is nobility through notes and youth is like when you doing it from like you said like a place of youthfulness like
Mhm.
that almost make your spirit even more pure when you are playing because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's not about you,
Yep.
it's about uplifting people, you know. So I thought that's
Mhm.
so. I guess I want to talk about two songs that you dropped with Sunny. The first one is "I'm Just Saying." It's a jazzy trap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it shows like where you were like taking jazz, and
Mhm.
so yeah, so it's super like turned and like a sexiness to it as well.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
so what was like the when you created that one? Like, what headspace were you
So surprisingly, that was the first song that I ever wrote on trumpet first.
in?
Like usually when I write songs, I never use my horn. I usually just use my little keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that was the first song where I started it on trumpet. Um, but yeah, when I was writing it, I was like, I am not a singer. I am not going to sing at all, ever. Um,
Rapping on the album.
but but I wanted to still uh have lyrics. So I
Mm,
was like, how am I going to do this? So I was like, okay, nobody wants to hear notes going all like this and that and the other. So I was like, I need a nice little melody that bops.
mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what came out. Literally I had the that I had that on loop for like hours. And then I just started playing on trumpet, and then the line came out, and I said, "That's it, right there. That's the whole song." And I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
right there. Cause pretty much how it was going was I was actually singing the lyrics and I was writing them down, and I was like, the only way I'm going to come up with a simple melody is if I sing it, even though I will never sing on the record. It's not happening. Um,
I never.
I'll sing rap, but I will not sing. Like just flat out sing. I will sing rap though, but or rap sing, whatever it's called. But yeah, so that's how I did it. Wrote out the lyrics. That's why in the music video, if you watch it, there are lyrics at the bottom of the screen. Cause I said I'm not singing, but y'all can read along and sing. Feel free. And I always tell people I feel like the whole everybody sleep because I really think I'm the first instrumentalist to have done that, to write a song and then have lyrics in the video. But I feel like everybody will wake up to how dope that concept is soon.
Man,
But yeah,
because the
but that
trumpet was singing. You know what I'm saying? Like this trumpet got,
look,
you know, she's singing. You know, I'm just saying. That,
yeah, that's my voice. The trumpet is my voice.
mm,
So
beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, because it's like a
yeah,
it's kind of like a song about relationships. Because I know in the video, like it was about. It was,
yeah, yeah. It's definitely a love song.
yeah,
High key, low key. Now I think about it. Yeah,
for
we were
sure.
just telling, huh?
I'm gonna say go ahead because I feel sexy when I listen
Yeah,
to it. It's like you know.
yeah. It's just one of them things. It's just like if you talking to somebody, your boyfriend or somebody, it's just like it's okay to remind them
Mhm.
how you want to feel. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
It ain't nagging or nothing. It's okay to tell somebody, okay, I just want to remind you, I like this.
Yeah,
Like,
I love that. You so
like this.
mature. Cause you so mature. You wrote that song. You released it in 2017.
Yeah. 3 years ago, yeah.
You know, that's like a very just a mature concept of a song. You know, that's super dope. The next one was Juice and Candy, and it had like a lot of unique like improv elements, like when the trumpet lines were going together.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was cool. And then I feel like I had a revelation like watching the video. I think it was about you.
Yeah, it was 100% about me.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
had
it was 100. So the video, it has obviously I'm on trumpet, but it also has another young girl
Mhm.
on trumpet as well.
Okay.
Basically, it's her just trying to find her way
Mm-hmm,
to herself or her sound or whatever it is.
hmm.
Um, yeah, so that's pretty much all it is. It's just me finding my sound, me finding my way.
That was dope. That was dope how you did it.
Yeah,
Because when she put on the when you said she when I'm talking about Arnetta both when I say she, but when
right, yeah.
bracelet that said like faith, and then she picked up the trumpet, and then like she was just keep finding it, and eventually she walked in the store, and then she found you. You like you found your.
Hmm.
I'm like that's super.
You find yourself. You see,
I see what you did there. So then you released if you hear trumpet, that's me, and you released that
yeah,
in 2019, kind of around.
last year. Yeah, last year, yep.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
what was it like for you to finally like put your album out, like, and for you to feel like it was time for you to do that?
Oh, it was lit. It was dope to put an album out. It definitely what was time to do that. Because I was at the point and I was like, okay, I'm writing these songs, and it was at the point where I was just tired of people saying what I should technically sound like as a trumpet player, and then playing other people's music is cool, but some people's music, I was like, I do not want to hear this all day.
Right.
Um, and I just wanted to have my moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from my own thing. Um, and I just wanted to share with everybody else. So I felt like, after being on a tour with Beyonce all 2018, on the road writing songs and doing this, that, and the other, I was like, oh yeah, I have too much creative energy flowing to let this go to waste. Like to this day, I have so many visual ideas, music ideas, this, that, and the other that I want to do. So to put that album out was crucial because in order for me to get to that next level, I always tell people you always have to have something to present.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's some people get into the whole thing like, oh, you shouldn't have to prove yourself, and I'm like, not necessarily, because nobody buys anything like just off a whim. Like if I'm gonna buy a trumpet, my first question is gonna be, is this a good horn?
Right.
Oh, it is. Let me play it. I want to test. I want to see why it's good. So, and I always tell people, proving yourself isn't always necessarily a bad thing
Mm-hmm.
because it's all about perspective. So I feel like with my album, it's not me proving what I'm worth to the world necessarily. It's me proving to myself, because I believe that I'm dope. So for me to, it's one thing to be like, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna put an album out, and then to actually do it is like, prove to yourself first that you're lit. So me putting that album out helped me prove to myself, okay, so you are dope. Bet. So now that that confidence level is there,
Mm-hmm.
now you could be out in these streets really going at different things with the right approach. So like the aspect of proving to myself that I can finish something. A lot of people struggle with finishing projects.
It's me. I'm people.
I am a firm believer in see it through. Like that is a huge step. And I just think like like I just had to put the album out. I was like, I can't get to that next level until I have this sonic energy
Yes,
out in these streets,
yes.
like in these visuals out here. Um, it ain't proving nothing to nobody but me.
Right.
So yeah, because I got all the proof in the world that I'm dope. I just turn my album on or watch my video and I'm like, see, I knew I was cool.
That
I
that
got a lot of room to grow, but I know I'm dope.
it's next level. It's like you showcase like your origins in knowing like classical jazz, but it was some neo soul elements, it was some lo-fi elements, it was a lot of trap.
Mhm.
It's like, you know, it's your sound. Like nobody's album sounds like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, like
this is jazz. This is what I'm doing with it, and this is what
mhm.
I'm taking it, and I'm just paying it forward, taking it a step forward, and
Yeah.
it's your baby.
When it when it comes to that point where somebody's like, all right, we got a couple milli for you to do whatever you feel like, oh man, it's about to be a wrap.
Mhm. And then, like you said, like it's some tracks on there where I can see why, like Big Crit. I don't know how that went, but I can see why y'all work together. That makes sense. Like his stuff in the past always incorporated horns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so yeah, that was with bop horns, the horn section I'm in with my guy Kevin Woods.
Okay,
So
nice.
yeah.
I see you working with him a lot on Instagram and Kev Horns.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Um.
Yeah. So Kev, how that started? Me and Kev linked, and we were just like, shoot, we might as well be a little duo trumpet horn section. So that's working out cool. And Kev, huh?
It's cool. It's just you
Yeah,
and
it's two trumpets. It's just me and him on trumpet.
him.
Yeah, it's two trumpets. Gives it that nice brassy, authentic sound. Cause
Sounds big.
it just sounds bigger. It sounds more human.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there's that. But yeah, Kev networked and linked me with his folks like DJ Camper,
Mm-hmm.
um, who got us the Big Crit placement and the Brandy placement and so many other ones. So yeah, we work as a team, because two
Yeah,
is better than one.
like a musical soulmate. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been good having bop horns and working as a collective, and just putting our two musical mindsets together. So
I hear every artist say that. I remember when I was like a few years ago. I remember like the advice like NDRE told me to get a songwriting partner when I linked her with my song. But I'm like, no, she owns to something. Like that is what you do. You want to link with somebody that's called iron
oh
shot.
yeah, you should always have somebody else around, somebody with the right mindset and energy, of course, not anybody,
Yep,
but somebody with the same vibes to a degree
exactly.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your spirit. And y'all two did like an EDM track. That's out.
we done did everything. We got so much
But I like that EDM track. I forget the title of it.
EDM track.
It's super fresh. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Why title just let me go. Give me 1 second.
Honestly, I don't remember.
Cause you know I'm from Detroit, so I love that. Let me go back to Arnetta. But it's like it's I don't know if you would consider it EDM though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I want to hear it.
okay.
We done did so many tracks.
I don't know if I play it. Will it get flagged? Head to toe.
Oh yeah, Kevin Clark. Yes, that's my guy. His track. Yep, that just dropped. I believe in
Yep.
August.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Play a little snippet.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna let him know that you check that out. That will make his day.
I don't know if it's
Yep, I remember.
yeah. I want to get it flagged too hard.
Yeah, it's definitely dance vibes on that
Yeah.
track.
Yeah, but it's so soulful too. It's like Detroiters will love that. So my favorite song on the your album, I like to stretch to the I'm saying I like to stretch to that one, but Who Are You is like my
Oh
favorite.
yeah, that's a jam. That's
Yeah,
my song.
that's you. Okay. Yeah, like it's like super dreamy. And then like the bass line is like the bass line along with the melody is like very like utopic. Like it's very like you feel like you're on another planet.
Mhm.
It kind of give me the feeling, even though it's totally different, but when I listen to Louis Armstrong's Wonderful World, just how dreamy
Oh yeah, yeah.
kind of make me kind of like feel like that, you know. And there's very few songs that can invoke
Mhm.
emotion, you know. So that's too.
Yeah. That's the jam. Where did I write that song? Yeah, I wrote that in the midst of people still telling me, oh yeah, your songs need more chords, they need more lines.
Yeah.
Like even for Juice and Candy, somebody was like, you can't write a song that's only 4 bars. I'm like, yes, I can.
You can do it all the
So
time.
right. I said mainstream artists do it all the time. Some of our favorite songs from back in the day do it. I I think a song, if you like a song, you like a song. If it happens to have 4 chords, it's cool. 2 chords, 1 chord, still fire. So in the midst of that, I was just tired of people saying. I was also tired of people telling me how I should dress on gigs, because in the jazz world, they'd be like, wear a suit, a dress. Because I'm like, I'm not about, no, I don't feel like it.
Please don't change. Don't change. Please
Like,
don't.
no, I trust me, I have it, and you can ask my mentor.
Don't. You
They would hate my gut. Like, of course, just to clarify, of course, there are certain occasions that you do dress, properly for. Like, I do know when to put on, my cocktail dress and, my heels and my lashes.
because her body
But there,
out. So
look, but there are times, where, it doesn't call for that. And I was a person that would be like, I'm not wearing that.
Mhm.
So, it's amazing because I had somebody be like, you gotta learn how to, do your own makeup, which is cool. But it would be the part where people would say you gotta wear this and that, or you're not going to be successful.
Mm.
That's what I didn't like. Um, None of my mentors had ever said such a thing to me.
Right.
If anything, they would just say, you should learn how to do your own makeup,
Mhm.
learn how to pick out outfits, because you might be in a situation where you might have to, get your own wardrobe for certain occasions, do your own makeup. But I've had other people outside of my mentors that had the nerve to say, "You gotta learn how to dress this way. You're a female. You gotta look this way. You won't be successful." Da 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 da. And I'm like, well, jokes on you, because guess who played the Beyonce tour in Puma sneakers? Me.
That is
And
man. I don't have to
look,
fight to share my gifts. I don't have
look,
to appease your gaze.
and
Talented or to,
right. So I tell people, of course, I'm not going to go on stage looking like some lost puppy just out here looking wild. No, I'm gonna do it respectfully. I'm gonna
right.
wear these. I'm gonna wear these Air Force these Air Forces respectfully. I'm gonna wear these J's respectfully.
Your dang.
Yeah, all the shoes I can. Yes, and I'm gonna wear them all
That's no.
respectfully on stage.
But see, when it's all said and done, when you look at your favorite artists, they all just do them.
Exactly, and that's what did it. I said it's amazing how I could look at my favorite artists and they're, changing the fashion world and stuff like that,
Mhm.
experimenting with their looks and not staying into the norms of society when it comes to the imagery and the sound of things. So
Mhm.
that's what I kind of want. I'm like, I want to explore too. So I know people are not going to like this, but when I was in the jazz world, I just felt really constricted. I felt like, okay, you're the female, you got to get on stage with heels, a nice dress, hair laid, makeup. Um, yeah, but of course, we had female musicians like Tia Fuller who X'd that immediately and was just like,
Shout out
do
to
you?
yes.
do you learn how to do your own face and pick out nice outfits and this, that, and the other, but don't lose sight of yourself.
Right.
People like her and Jill Scott that,
Mm-hmm.
prepare you for the people that make such statements
Mm-hmm.
as such. Um,
Came out way different, like bohemian.
yeah, so it's
Bohemian.
like I always, yeah, I tell people, look here, I like, street fashion. That's my thing.
Yep.
But I will throw on a mean heel. I tell people, do not play with me. Do not play with me. I will throw on a mean heel and a mean boot heel for the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have just as many heels as I do sneakers now. So I'm just like, it's a time and a place. I like to get dressed up and all that. I'm on FaceTime with my homegirls, not saying a word, but hearing everybody do their makeup. So,
Mm-hmm. No,
yeah, I mean,
I love to see you do you. And like when I see you as you, like in your videos or like I watched the NPR performance, you was just dressed in what you felt comfortable in. And when you dress like that, because like I consider myself like kind of like how you are, like I like street fashion. I'm from this like the streets, but I feel more confident when I'm comfortable in what I'm wearing. Like,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
but that's dope. I want to talk about you
Yeah.
and the Up High song.
Oh yeah, that's a jam.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my song.
that's a jam. Like that's a good word to put it. And you was like spitting on it, but it was like affirmations all throughout.
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
Like it was also James Brown type of stuff. You know how he just come in, he say a few words, and then he just let
Uh huh.
you know what I'm saying, right? Like I'm like, okay, we needed this,
Yeah.
you know. So that's definitely some. Listen to that when you like running.
I love that song. I actually wrote that song. Did I write that? I did. I did write that in 2019, a couple months before the album dropped. Yep.
Oh, nice.
I had a studio session with somebody whose name will not be said, and they started the convention talk like, "Yo, we got a link in studio." So I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." They're like, "No, for real, we gotta do this, that, and the other." Started gassing up everybody. Hit my manager. We had a scheduled time and everything. A couple of days went by. They didn't send the address yet. So it's the day that we supposed to link and have a writing session. They hit me like 10 minutes before, like, oh, here's the address. I'm like, no, I'm not going. Because what you're not going to do is set me up to look bad. You're going to send me the address 10 minutes before our said time, only so that you could say, oh, she late, she ain't serious. Like, no.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'm good. And just the way, just the energy of it, I didn't really like the vibe of it overall. Um, and I was just like, man, it's crazy that I gotta be this huge artist with a name and all this hype and clout around me for people to take me serious. Oh, that's so corny. I'm like, why can't people just take me serious merely from my ambition,
Yep.
me working hard, me actually being great at what I do, um, and not lollygagging and just being here for the cause, like nothing, not even no funny business. I'm like, why do I gotta be this thing, this famous person that you could use to post on your Instagram later? Like,
Mhm.
I just think that's so corny. So I actually wrote Up High uh that day after I told my manager. I said, just cancel that joint. I said cancel that session. I'm like, they're not about to disrespect me. So
That's
I
what,
actually wrote that song. I used the rest of the day in
mhm.
my apartment in LA.
Oh, you lived over in
uh
the East Coast. I mean, the West.
huh?
You lived over in LA.
I had an apartment in LA
Okay.
for, actually it was for a long time because, yeah, what happened? Yeah, I went out in January and I didn't get back home till like end of March, April. One of my homegirls had an open room. I said, I'm thinking about moving there. I said, bet this is perfect. I said, I was thinking about moving there anyway. So I bought out the space. I had a whip and everything. I was ready to be in LA. And I was doing everything, studio sessions, TV shows, this, that, and the other. And then eventually I was just like, man, this is not my vibe because I feel like I could be doing all this back home because I didn't want to live the studio, the TV life where, where you like go on TV sets and be like in the back somewhere. Nah, I didn't, that wasn't my speed necessarily. So everything else like recording and stuff, I'm not gonna do this at home. I'm like, if y'all need me, fly me out. Or if y'all just want me to say, hey, can you fly? I'll fly out. So, and then I don't know. The West Coast just was my vibe. Like everybody, I just felt like I couldn't have one legit conversation. Everybody was trying to network all the time. I'm like, man, I just want to eat this taco and talk about the way I tripped the other day. Like, goodness gracious. um, but yeah, I was over. I had an apartment for like 3 months, 3 or 4 months, and yeah, I was in LA. So yeah, I was in the apartment after that. After we canceled that session, and I was just I was sitting at the table, just on my little keyboard, making a little beat. And then I made I said, that's hot. So I kept that. Then I put a little drums around it. Then I made the little chords, this, that, and the other. And I was like, all right, now I need some words. And then first thing that came to mind was, you gonna be where they can't see.
Yay.
And then I couldn't think of anything else. So I said, okay, after 2 hours of not being able to think of anything else, I said, I'm not gonna write anything else. I'm just gonna loop that. That's gonna be the chant. I'm gonna just say that over and over and over. And then in my head I was like, okay, you gonna be where they can't see, but I was like, you gonna be where? I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be up high. Cool. So then I said, okay, up high will be lit. That's how up high came along. And then it just started. Then the this really small writer's block went away, and then I came up with the second part, where the only thing low. This part was actually really funny. The only thing low is where my feet go, because I was actually looking at my sneakers like that, and I was looking at my shoes, and I was like, literally, he just literally said, the only thing low is where my feet go. And I was like, yo, that's a bar.
That is a bar.
So I made that. And then I said, okay. I said, since I'm going to rap, I got to say something stupid. And I was like, throw your head back, see how the money stack up high. I was like, okay, I'll throw that in there. Just in case I become rich one day. So, but yeah, and then the actual rap, the take them all with me part, that didn't come until like 10 o'clock at night. That's when I was like, okay, I should throw in like a nice little 16 bars up in there. So that's how that song came about. Because somebody tried to be, in my opinion, shady and didn't see my worth, and I didn't like that. So I was like, all right, it's okay. I'm gonna be up high one day, and they're gonna be looking salty. Right on down there. So.
Yeah, I like that you like just put it in a record, something that could be like negative, like, because that's them spewing their negative onto you, but you made it a positive.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I want to hear some more yo, like rapping and like you actually.
Oh no, it's on the way. It's on the way. I got some more. I got some more.
Watching your Insta, you be working all she do is work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean,
that's work. She take care of her creativity, her spiritual self, her body is like. Please.
Oh yeah, all that. Is all so important. But yeah, I always tell people, when you see me out doing stuff like skating, playing basketball, just having fun working out, it's because I deserve that. I'll be playing all day and this, that, yeah. I'm like, I deserve to have some time for myself and have fun, and to make sure my body is well kept and my insides are good.
What type of you be doing? Because I see you be on the field, and then you look like you be in a
so
the gym or something.
So when the gyms were still closed, I'm in Jersey, so the gyms just opened back up in July. So yeah, when the gyms were closed, I was doing field workouts, which I hated. I don't like I don't like just outdoors. I'm not that person.
I like.
I don't like. I like looking at nature. I don't like being in it, like, because then you got bugs and stuff. I don't like bugs. So other than that, yeah, the field workouts, they were cool. They were pushing me. They were pushing my athleticism. But I like weightlifting. Like, that's fun. I like being able to try to lift stuff up that it don't look like I can lift up. So that was my main thing, and like putting on muscle weight. So doing the field training was cool, but I actually dropped 10 pounds during quarantine. Actually, I lied.
That's a lot of weight too.
I dropped 13 pounds during quarantine, but that was all muscle weight. Because I only had 10-pound dumbbells and a 25-pound plate at home. So I leaned out. So I got like super lean, and then a lot of the shirts I couldn't fit. I could fit again. A lot of the pants that was getting tight, they was loose again. I was like, man. But yeah, but now I'm back in the gym. Just getting my weight back to where it was. Still like 6 pounds off, but it's all good. And getting my strength back to where it was before. Making sure I eat and everything. So yeah. It's good. I like working out.
Cause you was a vegan. You was a vegan, wasn't
you? Yeah, I decided. I said, okay, I'm gonna do a cleanse, a long cleanse. I went vegan, like super vegan, like no processed foods, raw food vibes, like Dr. Sebi vibes. I did that from March to June. Like literally March
17?
No, just this past March to June.
You tough.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I had to cook my own meals every day. I was making things from scratch, like crazy. Well, yeah, it was cool. Drinking a lot of water. But yeah, it was a good cleanse. Definitely was a great cleanse.
You have energy?
Oh yeah, I had energy. Cause I was taking my sea moss. So that has a lot of nutrients in it. So that help give me the energy I needed. Of course, I'll take my daily vitamins like my B12, vitamin D, vitamin C, my iron, silver tablets if I could, fish oil, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I was good. I enjoyed it. I liked the way I felt. My digestive system was flowing great. Drinking a lot of water, so I was definitely cleaned out. So it was great.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it was cool though. It's not as hard as most people think it is.
Yeah. Like I
like to practice discipline. So I like doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Like you said, it is good just to at least try it. I just assumed I think I asked you that before though when you were vegan. You told me for a little bit, but then you don't really post real food and stuff like that. So
I still people.
But so
I was just vegan just for the time being. I will. Yeah, I eat everything now. Of course, in a nice balanced way.
Yeah, I think that's important, and I just love. I mean, not to make everything about race, but I love to see Black women like taking care of their bodies, they self, just learning more, and all different forms of fitness. Like Arnetta, tiny little thing. So then she like did the weights and stuff, and I'm like, whoa, like you can do.
Yeah, yo, I be telling people I was a little squirrel out here. Ours was like this big. Somebody sent me a video of me from college. I was like, oh my gosh, look how scrawny I am. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's done. I said, I'm tired of being a little teeny old toothpick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I always tell people I'm the person that had to gain, that has to work on gaining weight, which in my opinion is just as hard as losing weight. So.
Yeah. So, it's interesting because some people got different goals. Like some people want to lose weight, like some people want to gain weight. Some people,
Yeah, I want to gain. I
yeah.
want to gain because, like I told you, during quarantine when the gym shut down, I lost 13 pounds because I wasn't doing anything.
So what you use the weight? You've been using the weights to get your weight up. Like I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, yeah, muscle weight. Yeah, you could use weights.
Mhm.
You lift. It's not necessarily lifting the weights. It's what I was eating. So I had to eat more of the right food. So that was very, to this day, it's very hard to eat a lot of food because I'm the person, I'll wake up, eat eggs and bacon, and won't eat till 6 o'clock,
Mhm. Yeah, I even.
and won't feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't be out here throwing down, and it's just normal. I'll just be playing. I'll be like, oh yeah, I should probably eat today.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so I'm not alone. I always thought,
and I burn a lot. I just burn food off like it ain't nothing. So yeah,
and then don't let me drink a smoothie because that's it. That's all I need. Like,
I'm good. Yeah, I'm that person. I'm good. And even if I do eat a lot, I always tell people if I was to stop eating a healthy diet and just start snacking, I'm gonna lose weight. I'm not gonna gain weight.
you got the fast.
The muscle, yeah, fast metabolism, and I'm not feeding my muscles, so my muscle weight is gonna go
Mhm.
down. So yeah, so it's all that.
Slimmer person.
Yeah, I was just always naturally a summer person.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because nobody else in my family.
Mhm. Yeah. Always been like very muscular, and I gained weight. But I think after college, the same. I started working out, and that really just even if I gain weight, I lose it really. If I walk, I lose 7 pounds if I walk a mile, and I don't eat certain stuff too,
Yeah, if it's
but I
yeah,
know,
like I just work out and I make sure that I lift weights and I make sure my carbs and my protein are pretty up there so I can keep the weight on and I'll be good.
nice. Yeah, keep
Now you
at
gotta remember to keep eating, keep eating. That's what I have to tell myself. Eat some more.
it in that phone. Eat this many. I don't know. Count calories. I ain't into all that. Like that's just too much for me.
Yeah, like today I didn't eat a lot. To be honest, all I had to eat today was ramen
Hmm. I
and
was
half a
craving
banana.
and a banana. That is like the weirdest.
Literally. It was spaced out. It's because before I work out, I always like to eat bananas. It just,
Yeah,
I don't know, it gives me energy. But
yeah.
but yeah, that's literally all I had to eat. And I'm sitting here like, I know you need to eat more food before the day ends.
But do you think
So
it helps
yeah.
with creativity or like just keep you like you know what I'm saying? Keep you active because sometimes I don't know. I mean, with the weather, with everything going on, I don't know if you just still been at at your station. You know, what I'm saying like just took a lot of breaks. I don't know, but do you feel like working out like help you?
Oh, you were saying do my workout?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially as a trumpet player, all that air we gotta put through the instrument. Doing cardio workouts helps me control my breathing.
Mm.
Um, that's crucial. Um, Arm strength, whether people believe it or not. Uh, I just need to be able to hold my horn up for a
Mhm.
long period of time. Like it's fun and games until you get on that gig and they like don't move.
I know your legs.
And you gotta keep your horn up.
Yeah.
Um, and then we could take it back to years ago to Coachella with Beyonce.
Uh-huh.
If I wasn't working out, I would have passed out. To this day, whenever I work out, you will always see me watching Coachella because the whole time I'm working out in my head, I'm like, if you made it through this gig, you could do anything.
Uh-huh.
That whole performance was a workout.
Mhm.
Uh, a work out to the max, musically and physically. Oh my goodness! Like so, yeah, working out definitely. It. When you get on those gigs and they're like, a lot of these gigs nowadays. Okay, it's like, duh, we know you could play. Or do you have stage presence?
Mm.
Well, no, yeah. So working out, I'm that little ball of energy about the gig. You get me up here. You need somebody to jump off of this in your video. Don't worry about it. You need somebody to just have Yeah, you need somebody to have energy for 30 minutes straight. Say no more. I'm here. And it's just stuff like that. Or if you just physique, I like having the look of the lean
Mhm.
working out black female. I want to be that one. You
Mm.
know, because
Mhm.
beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, but I choose to be that shape and size. I want to be the one.
Mhm.
I want to be the one that's the little chocolate drop that's leaned out.
Yeah.
Got So that's just how I like to look. It's just
You
just
know,
everything is.
it though, like it's so like
Uh,
you're so modest with your gains. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, I guess, because some people are probably influencers with that. But like, if you don't like, if you watch your stories, you will see just the work you doing. But you know what I'm saying? I would love to see you.
yeah, man, I could literally start posting stuff on my page. I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't feel. I don't know. I might do it soon, but yeah, I was just like, I don't want my page to be all on that. Oh, she's a gym person. I'm like, no, I'm not. I ain't a gym person, and I ain't here to tell you what workouts to do because I barely know what I'm doing.
I'm
I
a,
ain't nobody trainer.
I know that because I want to really get into like lunges and stuff, like just for my leg strength and my core.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because Detroit
Yeah.
is still closed. I think the gyms in Detroit is still closed. I'm not messing with Detroit
That.
with the cold.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I tell people, look, I'm not a trainer. We
Mhm.
can go work out together. I can give you tips, but I ain't about to be up here, saying this is what you all should do today to lose it. No, because I don't know.
What
I
everybody?
have, I could be like, this is the workout I did today. That's probably the furthest I'll go.
Right.
But yeah, the working out definitely helps my trumpet playing. Um, yeah, because it keeps me a little ball of energy. Um, and it's just another thing to tap into.
Uh-huh.
Because although we love doing what we do, too much of anything isn't good. So
Yeah.
there are days where I do need a break from the horn, and I'm like, all right, I need to find something else that I also love doing
Yeah.
that's a benefit, and that's working out for me. I like going to the gym.
You got a bike?
No, I am not a biker. I am not the biggest fan of cardio, to be honest. That's my downfall. I hate doing cardio. So when I do cardio, it's gonna be explosive workouts, like athletic workouts. Like I'm the person. I'll do the slam ball. I'll do a bunch of clap push ups, pull ups,
Mhm.
all calisthenics, all stuff like that.
Calisthenics, I
And
like.
I'll run. I'll bust out a mile or two. When it get to like biking and stuff, nah.
You came to Detroit when I got the chance to hang out with you. I remember you was looking for bikes to ride to your to the kids.
Biking, no. When people say, "Do you bike?" in my head, I take biking serious. Like, 'cause there are people that bike for real. Like, biking around the city, yes, that's real fun. It's
See,
cute.
it's good. That's what I'm saying. For your breaks, for your
Yeah, but nah, not out in the hood. Out here.
because I go downtown.
I ain't,
8 miles.
I ain't too much to. I like biking in places that I'm not in usually. Um,
Right.
but
Right.
yeah, if I'm a bike around, if I'm a bike somewhere where I live, that means I'm gonna be getting in some miles. I ain't trying to do that. I'm just trying to bike to go see the water fountain that's downtown. That's just what I'm trying to do.
Like touristy type.
Yeah, touristy vibes. Nah, cause I got some homies that are bikers. Like they be putting in like 25, 30, 40, 50 miles a day. And I'm like,
Not a day. I do it like weekly.
no. Nah, they be doing it in like a day. I'd be like, man, y'all got that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me, I'll hit a nice little mile or two, or I'll do some some agility workouts and stuff like that. And then I'll hit the weights. That's me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give me some
Yeah.
too, because I think everything probably God willing it don't, but I think there's a lot of stuff about to get shut back down again. So I want to definitely be prepared. So I want to, because I'm getting skinnier. Like I used to be like 155, like I'm 135. I'm like, whoa, like just
Oh yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
small for me. But I want to build some muscle, get
I
it back.
mean, you can still get stronger without, turn on some some YouTube
Yeah,
workouts. They'll get you there. Body weight workouts.
yeah, like you
They
said.
will kick your butt. Don't get me wrong. I'm good for turning on a good hit workout to get my sweat and strength on.
Yeah. I want
It'll
to,
kick your butt.
because you can do that I can do that in the driveway. Like, the,
Yeah, yeah. You get you a good 15, 20 minute, maybe even a 30-minute one. Oh yeah. You gonna be you gonna be wore out and sore.
yeah, you'd like
But
my second guest to talk about like fitness. So I'm gonna just
yeah, but it's all one. So
so for sure I want to talk about your growth as an artist, like you talked about the Beachella. Now I think it's
mhm.
dope that all of y'all were like so young, and like it was like all Black musicians, dancers, just like all of these kids.
Mhm.
How did you grow from like that experience, with the, because it's called Homecoming on Netflix, y'all can check it out.
Yeah.
She
Mhm.
was part of the band, and not only were you just a part of the band, you were just a part of the crew, and y'all probably spent time together. So how do you feel like
Mhm.
up to you as an artist, like, your personal growth?
Well, I mean, just working with an artist like Beyonce, instantly you see like you get what you want. You get with whatever you invest in. Like she invested so much time um into that vision. Everything like in the documentary, you'll hear her say down to the T. She just invested so much into it. So in working with somebody like that, you just see, look, you gotta have your vision, invest in it, believe in it. Don't half do it. Go full out until you can't no more. Um, and just pushing for what you want to do. You gotta constantly push the envelope, and, like push yourself physically, and musically. So that's what helped me. It is just like you can't expect anybody else to go hard for your vision,
Period.
So that's what I took from it. It's just like, yo, because it's gonna come a day where everybody like, oh, we tired of doing this. It's a long day. Can we leave?
Mhm.
And you're gonna have to be the one like, nah, we ain't going nowhere because it's not good yet.
Push a little further. But like working with,
Or
oh, go ahead, sorry.
oh yeah, but yeah, I mean, working with all those different people, it's a lot of different personalities in the room. So of course we had some days where we wanted to square up, but yeah, it was great, seeing how talented everyone was, working together to work with that many people to put together one historical project that will forever be one of the best performances, if you ask me. And it just being in a safe space full of Black creatives,
Mhm.
it was just like, oh man, this is dope. We're here.
Mhm.
We became a family. We had our good moments, had our bad moments, but it was great. It was great. It was a good experience.
I can only,
Definitely a great experience.
yeah. I mean, like because when I met you, what tour was you on when I like got a chance to meet you? 2018. I was on the one.
And nah, if it was 2018, that was definitely Beyonce.
Okay, but I can't remember for what album, because she had a lot of music around that
I
time.
can't remember, but we were in New York.
Okay.
We were in New York for something.
No, no,
I cannot.
no. You talking about when I first like we was in the same proximity?
Yeah, what was that?
That was the I didn't get to see you though, but it was a march. It was like a march for non-fracking. It was like a humanitarian thing. But that's
I think it was a trumpet gig for Roy Hargrove. Now that I remember, yeah, Roy Hargrove, rest
14.
in peace. He
Yeah.
was he was having an event in New York for all trumpet players that I slid up to.
Oh yeah. I see. Okay, but was it for that march? Because that march was like
Nah, that was something different. I don't
that's
know. I don't even remember what that was. I was like, I wasn't there for whatever that was. Kudos to them. But I
right.
don't even remember what that was. I was there for something else.
That was my first time in New York. actually my second time, but it was my first time like actually being on the streets of New York and hugging
Mhm.
strangers and stuff like that. Yeah, I was definitely trying to like see you, but we were by Central Park, but it's so big, so it wasn't like
Yeah, there was a lot going on in that one little area. Yeah.
okay. No, yeah, okay. But I'm talking about I met you when you came to Detroit.
Oh yeah, we were on tour with Beyonce. Yep.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know which one that was, but it was like just like seeing all of like those like kids, like I say kids in a sense, like they were like in their 20s, you know what I'm saying? So and probably
Wait,
younger.
who?
I thought the people I met, but maybe Black don't crack. Y'all probably was young.
Nah, yeah. I think it was a black don't crack moment because I was gonna say I was definitely the youngest person.
How old were you when you came to Detroit?
When I came to Detroit, I think I was 23.
Ooh, baby. Okay, so I just probably assume everybody.
Yeah, I think I was 23. I
Oh,
believe I was the youngest person. Yeah, okay. I don't think anybody else was.
yep. If you
Yeah,
20.
it was me and my other homegirl, Leslie. We was both like 23 or maybe even 24.
Super young. Okay, but I was just amazed, like just seeing you like do your thing as an artist, like I don't even know if you know, like I'm gonna forever be changed by that. Like, I'm gonna change.
Oh man.
Like this girl went from this to doing this, and to even having your own band and stuff like that. So that's super cool.
Hmm.
I'm gonna wrap this up because I want to keep you here all night. But like
Okay.
you into producing now. I see you working with like Logic. Like
Oh yeah, I've always yeah. So when all my music, I write it first.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's I've always worked out of Logic. Even when I'm recording, I use Logic. When I make my beats, I use Logic. But I just
beats.
yeah, that's what all huh?
I didn't know you made beats, sis. Which one?
Well, I don't make beats for other people. I only make the beats to my songs.
Right. So
Yeah.
the album, like, did you have any beats on the album? Like drums you programmed?
Well, no, I didn't program them. It's just everything you hear I made, and then I sent it to a producer and said, "Hey, can you take the sounds, the professional sounds that you have,
Got you.
and just make this sound like an actual song?" So that's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah, like I always tell, I have some friends, I'll be like, "Yeah, I want to hear what this sounded like when I made it at first."
Mhm.
So yeah, but all my songs, I write them all. I write and produce them all myself, and then I send them to the person that's actually a producer, and I get them to hype it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. I would say if you ever
Hmm.
need drums, like I can send you drums if you ever like.
Yeah, I mean, I go right in Logic. I just as long as I got a good foundation so that the producer can understand, I'm good. Yeah.
So nice. So
But I
go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna say, but yeah, that's pretty much how I do everything. I write it, send it, producer does whatever he wants to do with it, and boom, we there. So
That's dope. Yeah, because I like to when I'm talking to the artists, I always like to see like what technology is like in their worlds right now. That's like that aids them. You know what I'm saying? So what other
hmm
to like as far as like softwares or anything?
um, I'm not too much of a techie person.
Okay.
It's like once I have what I need and gets the job done, then I'm cool. Like I know to record,
Mhm.
I just use a SM57 to a Focusrite
Nice. Nice.
right into Logic, and I'm good to go. And I have my presets for the sound I want on trumpet, and yeah, that's that.
Nice.
So nothing crazy, nothing crazy. I'm real chill when it comes to all those kind of things. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the way to do it though, like just to not overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Just to
yeah, yeah. I stay in my lane. I'll be like, look, I am not a tech guru, so I ain't even about to act like it. Um,
yeah,
But
but
I still know the basics of making sure I get a nice sound. Like when it comes to recording, oh no, I'm gonna make sure I get a decent sound. So I'm gonna make sure I know how to EQ and
mhm,
compress my parts and this, that, and the other, and make sure my interface is cool and everything. So yeah.
that's dope. Ah, I gotta get you something in. Just now that I know. Okay. Because and I wanted to ask too because like so it was this guitarist, right? She played with Beyonce. Her name is McGill, BB McGill.
Oh yeah, Vivi, yeah.
Yes, yes. So I used to have all her DVDs like when I grew up and stuff. So, but I followed
Mhm.
a musician that resonated with me. So I ended up following like BB.
Mhm.
And we actually like
Yeah.
she in spirit, like she into yoga and all that type of stuff and vegetarianism.
Yeah. I never met her before, but she's always been super epic to me.
Yeah,
Like,
period. But she like a super like simple person. And but she's into music tech. Like she was her sound designer. Like she ran the show. Like
that's dope.
right, you know, so I just always think it's cool how women be so like multifaceted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
record the horn,
Yeah.
yeah, you send it out, like you make the demo for the drums. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think that's dope.
Yep.
I think that's dope. Okay, so my last question is what wisdom can you share with the artist or a person striving to attain anything?
For anybody striving to attain anything, I gotta go with one of the first things I said: discipline over motivation every day. Every day, motivation is beautiful, but discipline helps you, progress and finish the race. That will keep you in the game because motivation goes out the window. There are some days you gonna wake up, you just gonna be like, I don't feel like it, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when the discipline kicks in, and it's just like I don't feel like it, but I gotta get it done. Discipline over motivation. That's the key. That's the key. Also, because as artists and musicians, we're dealing with so much energy, and whether you like it or not, it will have an impact on you some days, some moments. Uh, so when those moments come, I always tell people it's not even necessarily bad moments. There are some times where you're just having such a good time in life that some things you just completely forget about doing. That's how people get arrogant because they just too much on a high horse, and then the discipline on just doing other things to progress just go out the window. So yeah, discipline is key. Discipline will keep you humble. So
Period.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. And also, I'm gonna put all of the links to Arnetta's website, Instagram, her YouTube channel, just to where you can just learn more about her. She's also an activist too. I've been seeing you with that. So just
Oh yeah.
she's a voice for like she a voice for us, and she's really dope. And I hope that she can touch so many of you guys, whoever watched this. Just keep checking her out and stay up to date with her. And thank you so much again. Anything you want to say before we go, or?
I don't know. I'm just glad to be that you asked me to get on here. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh my God, this is so dope. I just think everything went full circle, like, because it's a Skype
Yeah.
setup.
Right, right. Skype and all that. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'm so grateful, humbled, that you're here, and yeah, this has been a great interview. So I'm gonna be putting this up, and yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, have a beautiful rest of your week.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Sure,
I definitely will.
see you on
But
the
bye. Yeah, see you again.
right.